The Chief of Defense Staff, CDS General Christopher Musa, has identified collaboration and coordination between security agencies, government agencies, and other stakeholders as effective ways to eradicate vandalism and destruction of Nigeria's critical national infrastructure and assets. General Musa stated this in an address on Thursday during the second edition of the Youth, Civil Society and Stakeholders Summit on curbing the destruction and vandalization of the country's critical infrastructure and assets in Nigeria. The summit was organized by the National Council for Civil Society Organization in partnership with Vision 1 Leadership Development Initiative held at the Nigerian Army Resource Center in Abuja. Our correspondent Richard Alichenu reports.
Represented by Air Vice Marshal Kennedy Mataluwo, General Musa said vandalization of critical national infrastructure and assets not only destabilizes the nation, but also has spillover effects on economic growth and stability. According to him, addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach with regional cooperation from key players in the country's national economy.
Nigerian infrastructure deficit is already a major challenge, with the World Bank estimating that we need over 3 trillion naira in investment over the next 30 years to close the gap. Yet, while we struggle to build, vandals and criminals are busy tearing down what little we have. As the head of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I'm committed to working with the stakeholders to ensure that disruption of the economic activities through vandalization of critical national assets are curtailed. Consequently, in order to eradicate these problems, we need collaboration and coordination, working together as a team of government agencies, security forces, and other stakeholders.
The CDS also noted that the problems have persisted due to weak enforcement, community complicity, and lack of public awareness. On his part, the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Ahmed Audi Abubakar, represented by ACG Benito Eze, also shared the same view with the Defense Chief, adding that the protection of critical national infrastructure is not only the responsibility of security agencies, but that of everyone.
The protection of critical infrastructure is not merely a security obligation, but a fundamental national responsibility that demands the concerted effort of all stakeholders.
Earlier in his opening remarks, the president of NACSO, Comrade Emmanuel Johnny, called for steeper penalties for those responsible for the vandalization and destruction of critical national infrastructure and assets.
So our submission here today is, 1, the law enforcement must make sure they pressurize members of the National Assembly that there must be a law whereby there is stiffer punishment for those vandalizing our infrastructures. So we are not here talking, we are here to tell government this is a way to go. If you have not been creating synergy with the military and other security agencies, you have to start now. And I have to thank CG Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff. He is a friend of the civil society and is the most humble person when it comes to a serving chief in Nigeria. He has the open door policy. He listens to the youth. He listens to the civil society. He gets involved in every activities of the civil society.
The summit brought together security and government agencies, as well as several members of civil society organizations who spoke on curbing destruction and vandalization of critical national infrastructure.
I think we are going to have to find a time where we'll do a proper paper presentation to let our youth know what vandalism is about.
The high point of the summit was the presentation of a certificate of performance to the National Agency for the Great Green Wall. Richard Alechino, ASO Television News.